Hi everyone, just wait for 5 minutes and then we'll start, okay? Yeah, guys. So let's just start. If you can just text me either on WhatsApp or on the chat box that my voice and screen is clear, so it would be great, right? Here we are meeting for planner, right? Here we are meeting basically for planner discussion, right? For planner discussion on June 25, right? Planner discussion for June 25 attempt, right? If you guys are for June 25 attempt, then this class is valid for you. Or if you are beyond that attempt, like if you're going for September, if you're going for March, December, or any attempt after June 25, so it's valid for you, right? Just let me text in the group that I've started the session. So yeah, guys. So now what I assume is that you know me, right? I believe that you have gone through uh, myself. You know me, that my name is Abdul Basit. I myself is an ACA and ACCA. I have done ICAW as well as ACCA. Apart from that, I have 5+ years of corporate experience and teaching experience as well. Right now, this paper SBL. Now, this is a brief demo session or orientation session which has already been shared with you, right? So I won't be covering this paper or this page in this class because it's already covered in the demo session or the session that I've shared earlier. So we are not going to cover that, right? But here I should be giving you some key points that September 18 was the first attempt in which SBL was tested. Before it was before P1 and P3, two papers. Like when I was a student, it was P1 and P3, right? And then when I'm tutor, it's SBL, right? And when the SBL was launched, would you believe that it was a 4 hour paper, guys? When it was launched, it was a 4 hour paper. Okay, but after some time, see here, I've written 4 hours, 1 hour planning, 3 hours writing. They amended it from September 23 attempt, right? But after some time, they amended it September 23 attempt, in which they made it 3 hours and 15 minutes, aligning it with particularly to the new format and the all exams. And they give you the pre-seen material, right? They give you the pre-seen material. Now, what's pre-seen material? I used to write said advanced information. It's basically a data of your company, a data of your industry releases before 2 weeks of an exam. Hey, sir, are you sure? Your exam is released. See, the requirements aren't released. What they release is that they used to particularly release a scenario or industry relevant data before 2 weeks of the exam so that student can practice it accordingly. See, in the SPL, the industry information matters a lot, right? In SPL, industry information matters a lot. So what they do is they used to give you insights on industry on that pre-seen data. If you haven't seen, so you can go on LMS and see that I've attached some pre-seen analysis as well, right? So this is the thing, particularly now what I am discussing today is, let's see, we have two set of exams, right? Or I will be saying we have three sets of exam for SBL. Huh? Three sets of exam for SBL. Huh? Just focus here, guys. This is something very, very important. Again, I'm saying just for the latecomers, those who have joined late, that these two pages are being covered in the session that I've shared with you, right? This page and this page is being covered in the session that I've shared with you. In fact, while posting this video, I'll be giving the URL of that session as well, which I've shared in the group so you can have an idea, right? So see, three sets of exam for SBL. is that we have, and what's the three sets? What's the three sets? See, one set of question, right? One set of question is of P1, P3, the older times, right? The older time, the questions from P1 and P3. So, do we need to practice that, or the questions from September 18 to September 23? It was when there were 4 hours exam, right? Or the questions from September 23 and beyond. That means the recent exams, right? 3 hours and 15 minutes. And that's the most recent exams. So, sir, while practicing uh, SBL, what we should be doing, while practicing SBL, what we should be doing, just remember one thing, guys, that many of the students ask me that, sir, we need to do P1, P3 question. Guys, I am here saying straight no. You don't need these questions to be practiced. Would you uh be caring or thinking why? See, when we were in these attempts now, there were limited papers for SBL. So tutors and I myself asked you to practice these questions. But now in today, in June 25 attempt, guys, today is June 20. Today we are preparing for June 25 attempt. So I won't be suggesting you to do any paper of this, right? In fact, if you think the attempts, if you think the attempts, that how many attempts we are here, so just go back. I've written here. I've written here. See, till September 18 to September March June 23, there are many questions, guys. Many questions. If you are able to practice all those questions, it's fine enough. Why you are going on P1 and P3? You just have to practice these questions, right? And some of them are very good, very good questions, like the smart pair. I've solved it completely. Similarly, a question named TT for you. It's a very good question, right? So our focus would be on practicing these papers, these 4 hours exam. So, but they are not relevant to us because they are 3 hours and 15 minutes. Who's saying they are not relevant? I believe that these set of papers, I believe that these set of papers were difficult, guys. 18 pages case study. You don't know about anything. You don't know about industry. You will go in exam and see the case study. So this was an bloody difficult one. Now here you have the pre-scene analysis. What I do, I conduct pre-scene mocks, the analysis that examiner has released. What I do is I make mock on that analysis in which we predict requirements. Like before going in exam, I used to give my guess, like these are the requirements. And we try to attempt similar questions. Now, for let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. You won't be understanding just like that. Let me give you an example. Let's talk about most recent attempt. Let's talk about most recent attempt. Let me give you an example. Okay. So the last attempt was, I believe, was March 24. The last attempt was, sorry, this March 25. Apologies, guys. Right? March 25. Now, in SPL pre-scene, a pre-scene was given, like a information was given on an not-for-profit organization, right? Not-for-profit organization. Let me show you the pre-scene as well. So you must be knowing. So let me show you the pre-scene that was released as well, right? Just a second. It's below here. So yeah, March 25 exam. See, historic places. So it was basically, this is how your pre-scene looks like. See, a paper before paper, a data of your question, right? I'll be sharing the pre-scene classes. And once the pre-scene is released, so I conduct classes, I give mocks, I used to do similar type of questions. So the thing is that this was the pre-scene that released and I posted on YouTube channel as well. You can go and check there as well. The thing is that what I'm saying is this is how the pre-scene arrives, right? That was of not-for-profit organization, historic places, right? Right. So what happens? Student before 15 days, they know about this organization through pre-scene. So what I do, I myself analyzed this complete pre-scene. You guys can go on to YouTube channel and see, right? Analyzed complete pre-scene. Okay. And after that, I conducted mocks on that, right? Like mocks based on pre-scene, and those who are enrolled, they don't have to pay anything. These mocks will be shared with you. In fact, one will be solved by me and one will be solved by you. Okay. And once mocks are being conducted, what we do, we try to solve the most important things, similar type of previous questions. Like while reading the pre-scene, you would have an idea. If you have solved all the previous question of SBL, you would have an idea that, oh, this is how, or this is kind of a scenario that's being tested. So there were two 4 hours exam. One was NCCP and one was BCO. They were from these attempts, right? From these attempts, from these attempts. They were from these attempts. And what I asked to the students, they at least read examiner answers of this, right? At least read examiner answer of this. Why? Because they both are from not-for-profit organization and they both are from SBL, but they are of previous attempts. They both are from SBL, but they are of previous attempts. So that means, that if someone has done analysis of pre-scene, mocks being conducted, similar type of previous questions like this, just go and exam and give your exam, right? These were 4 hours question, like the previous. The lies here, right? In fact, if you have enrolled, I would have shared starter pack with you. And in starter pack, all the books, notes, questions, answers, my answers, this PDF, each and everything is shared with you, right? So, sir, now, if you are saying to just practice these and these questions, so are they enough? Guys, they are more than enough. Around 70% of the questions are being solved by me. In fact, in my classes, in SBL, you don't need to cover that much theory. Like, what would you cover in Potter 5 forces? You guys all knew that. What would you cover in the pestle analysis? You guys know that. I'll explain that. What would you cover in the Mendelow's matrix? I'll explain that while solving the past paper. But main thing is practice, guys. So from this day, promise yourself that if you want to clear this paper, you have to make sure that you are practicing all the papers available. And so from where we are going to get all the papers? In my books, I've shared it with you. In my books, I have shared it with you. Did you guys get that? Any questions still here? Please let me know on the chat box. Don't unmute or don't turn on your video. The thing is that don't unmute or don't turn on the video, that because this class is being recorded. Are there any questions? So let me know. You guys can either write on the chat box or you can text me on my WhatsApp. Okay. So one of the student has asked that, sir, will there be a live class daily? So guys, see, I am sharing a complete preparation pattern that we'll be connecting once a week, right? Like this, we'll be connecting for around hour or 2 hours once a week, regularly. In fact, most of the people prefer to go online, right? But I still will connect with you once a week, like for regular interaction, so that you guys are on track, right? And you would, till now you would have got LMS access. If you haven't got, so you must have got, guys. Otherwise, it's not a good sign if you haven't got your LMS access, right? The thing is, now let me share you chapter wise plan. Just a second. I'm just a second. I'm sharing the screen again. Okay. Yeah. So guys, the LMS access that you have got, it should look like this, right? The LMS access that you have got, it should look like this. See, estimated course lecture hours are 100 hours, right? And total planner days approximately. For SBL, you are required to plan your particular paper in around 50 days, right? So average lecture hours is 2 hours. So you have to sit average 2 hours daily, and then revision approximately 60 hours, in which there is totally a practice that you have to do. Okay. And then average revision time hours per day is 1.2. So total time required for preparing SBL in 50 days is 3.2 hours in 50 days. So is it possible to do SBL by studying just 3 hours? Yeah, it's possible. There's nothing uh more, nothing less. Now, sir, what's exactly now, sir? What's exactly in these chapters, right? What exactly are in these chapters? See, this is your LMS, the classes that I've uploaded now. Now, what exactly are in this LMS, sir? Can you just tell me? So one is orientation, in which, like, this is the orientation for June 25. Book intro, right? And then study pattern. I've guided a lot, like how you should be studying, how you should be, how your books look like, and how what's the orientation. So you have to do that. It's approx 2 hours. Then we directly dive on to chapter two, that's past papers. Sir, won't you be teaching us the theory models, guys, in SBL? If you are just learning the theory, or if you are reading the theory, it's just wasting of time. Although I have covered the theory in this chapter, you will be seeing in LMS in chapter 3, you'll be seeing I've covered the theory. But the thing is that if you are just reading the theory chapters, you're just wasting your time. Without application, you cannot pass this paper. So therefore, while going on directly for practice, we are solving the 4 mini mocks. Now, these are 4 mini mocks of SBL. These are not the complete papers, but kind of a mini mocks. So what I do, I conduct class on this question. Whatever topics are being asked, I explain those topics. Like, for example, if pestle is asked, I explain pestle. If Porter 5 forces is asked, I explain Porter 5 forces. Then I solve that question. So you study the theory and you exactly get how to apply that theory. This is how SBL is done. If you are just thinking that, sir, we'll be conducting 2 hours daily for reading the book, that's wastage of time. Go smart. This is how SBL. I don't want you guys to score in 90s or 95s or anything. You just want to clear your exam. I just want you to score some good marks by going on a right approach, right? So these are the questions that you have to first cover. And guys, these questions are again from the format of 4 hours These questions are again from the format of 4 hours. Now, one of the student has asked that, sir, will you be teaching the theory? Guys, I have already taught the theory in your LMS, right? I've already taught the theory in your LMS. So it's theory notes. You just go and have the classes. Approx 12 hours of classes are of just theory, right? Then we have advanced information specimens. This is the pre-scene analysis that I conduct. If you want to see that, you can see that the pre-scene analysis that I conduct. So it's that pre-scene analysis that I conduct from September 23 till now. The pre-scenes are released. You can see there that how I have analyzed that. You can see the mocks as well, the pre-scenes mocks as well, right? Then we have recent exams. Now, this is something that I used to admire. This is the game changer. This is the thing that's going to be making you pass. That recent exams, co-fold construction, highlight smartware. In fact, after smartware, I have solved another question named courgettes. I have solved courgettes from September 23 attempt. Now, this is the most recent attempt. Then I have solved Biego. Now, this is for June 24 attempt. I've solved that. Then we have PVS. Attempt. Apologies, guys. There was certain connection issues. So then we'll cover articles by examiner. Then how I check the examiner, how I check the answer, the assignments that you used to give me, right? And then we have chapter 9. I have eliminated this chapter, right? Because I have added these questions, right? So I have eliminated this chapter, and I won't be suggesting you to do this chapter because now there's no need of doing P1 P3's question. So around 160 hours are required, in which the breakup is 100 hours is of the course lectures and 60 hours is of your revision. So total time is 3.2, make it 3.5 for 4 hours daily for 50 days, and this paper is done, right? And this paper is done. So guys, this was the thing that I used to communicate with you. Now, sir, you told us about LMS. Now, what's up for weekly live class? See, I'm gonna conduct weekly live class. Now, sir, common questions for this weekly live class, right? So, will this be on campus or online? So, this will be online, obviously, right? This will be in English. In this weekly live class, what we're gonna be doing? We will be doing recent past papers, right? ACCA is used to give recent past papers, so we'll be doing that, right? Similarly, if pre-scene is released, so we'll be analyzing the pre-scene. Then we'll be conducting mocks here. So this is how this class would go, right? Daily. The time of this class would be on Friday. The Friday is my favorite, although today is not Friday, but I used to take live classes on Friday, and time would be probably 10 p.m. or 9:30 p.m. just like we did today, right? 9:30 p.m. today, just like we had. This would be the normal time of this class, right? We would be doing extensive practice, right, of all recent past papers that haven't been solved by me. So see here, there are certain past papers that I have solved. And in this pictorial of LMS, if you can see on your screen, there are certain past papers that I have, right, that I have solved. But there are certain past papers that I haven't solved. So I'll be solving for you guys. And the more interesting thing is that I won't be just solving for you guys. This class would be recorded, and this class would be done on exam practice platform. Like I'll be solving the questions on the practice platform. This class would be recorded and uploaded to portal after 12 hours, right? So this will be uploaded after the class 12 hours. It will be uploaded to the portal, right? So this is how the weekly live class would go. So what you have to do, students, or what we want from students, what we expect from students, do your LMS plan accordingly, right? Do your LMS plan accordingly and share assignments that I announce in group, right? Share assignments that I announce in group, right? And make sure you attempt the live class. So in live class, what would happen? The most recent exams would be solving, and in the recorded lectures, what would happen? You'll be covering these lectures. So this parallel hybrid batch would enable you to do the recent past papers as well as the previous past papers. And this is how your SBL journey would be done in 50 days. So guys, if there are any questions, please ask, please text me either on WhatsApp or on chat box. Okay, guys. So this was all for today. The planner and all that, what you have to do for this SBL, right? Now, what you have to do, just start with the LMS, do these classes, right? Start with the LMS, do these classes, try to close one question Zilber, the classes to be taken off Zilber. Make sure you take that from LMS. And then on Friday, we'll be meeting to solve the recent questions. So Friday would be a live class, which will you'll be interacting with me. We'll be solving some recent questions, and this is the planner you have to follow on 50 days. So this is how you're gonna be acing this paper. Since I'll be posting this class on all social media platforms, so you guys can contact me if you have seen this class through this number on WhatsApp, or you can connect with me through this name on every of the social media platform, right? So this is all, guys. Are there any questions? Let me know. Otherwise, we can turn off the session.